Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Meritocracy Now. I am Sheila, your host as always, and today on our show we have SEAL. We all know how the candidates have done their presidential debates, and we all understand that there have been some distinctly missing at these debates. Well, now we have the opportunity to hear from the candidates we really want to hear from. So, SEAL, how has your month of candidacy been?
It's been really enlightening, and I am just so grateful to be here today with you all at Meritocracy Now to engage in our special talents. It's wonderful to have the people that we have in this world today working together to support a better world. And that's what my candidacy has been all about for the past month, and that's what it will continue to be about in my presidency. And, it's been a hard, fast commitment of mine that I would only campaign for 1 month before the president's election, because we all know what is going on with our campaign finance, and how millions and millions of dollars are being spent, and millions of wasted minutes are being spent on the presidential campaigns, hence why I'm only spending 1 month on my campaign.
That's perfect. That's a great segue to our first question. The readers are wondering, how are you handling your campaign finances, and what will you do as president to handle the government's finances?
Well, my own campaign finances have come together quite smoothly. I don't believe in the traditional U.S. currency, and so I am, I'm glad to say that we have not taken one single dollar of U.S. currency for my campaign as of yet. Instead, we have been raising funds through the black market, and it's been extremely effective, not only at enabling us to travel around the world and spread the good word of the better future that we're going to bring to America, but also to network with this, underground economy that is so often, left literally in the dark.
Another reader is curious about your thoughts on U.S. border security. How are you going to handle the threats approaching our nation in that area?
Oh, well, I am the best candidate you can ever imagine for that job, because I have spent years swimming the country from coast to coast, hanging out on the borderlines, and keeping the relationships secure. And this is the thing that we need to learn, that security has nothing to do with a badge and a gun. Security has everything to do with 2 flippers and 1 tail that can swim around on the border and flip people off that need to be flipped off, and give people hugs that need to be given hugs. And that's what I have done for years throughout my world travels, and that's what I plan on continuing to do as president, to secure our borders. And it's not just me. That's with the resources that I will gain as president through the networked black market. We will be able to employ hundreds upon thousands of SEALs all across the world to flip people off and give people hugs. And that's what we're going to do.
All right. I hear through the grapevine that you have strong feelings about clean water. Could you share with us some of those thoughts?
Well, who wouldn't expect me to have strong feelings about clean water? I think that's a well taken question, and you know what you will often hear in presidential campaigns is talk about global warming, how it does or doesn't exist, talk about the policies around the UN statements about climate change and whatnot. That's all well and good. However, what I'm talking about is the fact that when I jump into the ocean, I'm jumping into a space that is dirtier than a used toilet. And that's not okay. When you use a toilet, you put your human waste in that toilet. When you use the ocean, you put your body in the ocean. And I am not going to take this any longer. And the cause of this destroyed ocean is, unfortunately, a complex relationship between the humans who have been building consumption waste and relying on plastic for thousands of decades, and the rubber seals who have been victim of this and have been made out of that waste and forced to, take over the oceans with our wasteful bodies. So we are we're going to change that dynamic by having accessible waste dumps for ourselves. And that starts with your vote, and that starts by putting down Steal for President, and we're going to have clean waters.
All right. I would love just some closing thoughts today before we will be having you again back next week, I know, for another interview. But what are your closing statements today for your viewers from this great podcast?
Well, it's time that we realize America is a dot on the universe. We are a speck in a huge, huge world. And if we are going to be allowed to continue to exist in this world, we need to be happy. And that is not happening under the current monetary system. That's not happening through the traditional markets. That's not happening through Hillary Clinton. That's not happening through Donald Trump. That's happening through one seal, one fish, one monkey, one gorilla, one frog, one human at a time, coming together, giving each other high fives, and saying, "Hello, dear friend. I'm your brother. I'm your sister. I'm your they, them, here now. And we will be the future."
All right. Well, thank you, Seal. It's been just so educational and enlightening, and I'm inspired to hear your thoughts. And good luck in your run for the presidency.
I will swim on. Thank you for having me.